Hello, hello. Oh, I'm feeling tired. But let me check in with my final check in with The Emperor's Babe by Bernadine Evaristo, her 2004 novel in verse, historical novel in verse, taking place in the 200s CE, Common Era, because it happens after Christ, because Christ is mentioned in the thing. Christians are mentioned in this work, where we're following Zuleika, a immigrant to England, uh, from from oh God, Nigeria, or no, Sudanese. Even though I don't know if Sudan was there at that point, I'll have to check. Perhaps it was. Those I don't know the relative age of African countries or African policies, policies, politics. Um, so yeah, she's had her fare with Severus Septimus, and spoiler, this is me doing my final check-in, so I'm talking about the end of the book here and my reaction to it. He dies. He sort of dies off camera, as it was. He dies in York. I'm assuming kind of battle related. He is killed, or maybe he catches ill somewhere around there and dies, because it's this is Britain at this point is the Wild West, and I'm sure there's lots of ways you could kick clogs. So he dies. Her husband comes back and poisons her, and she dies. And that's the story. She is betrayed in the end by her slaves, for their particular reasons. They asked to be freed, and she's like, "No way, you're not getting freed until I die." And they're like, in some ways, it's like, okay, well, you just handed them the ultimatum: either kill me or be slaves forever. And they opted for, okay, we'll kill you. Her husband comes home, and they spill all the beans. I'm not quite sure if that would have particularly been. It's interesting. Like, I mean, it's one of those. It was hardly a secret what she was doing, so he would have probably found out else otherwise. But you know that we use these enslaved Britons as the agents of her death is probably significant, in that she was not going to give up her slaves. They were necessary for her. She thought necessary for her living. She had grown up with them, grown up as womanhood with them. She thought they were necessary for her existence. She'd have to train new ones. So I was like, oh, it's like, well, that sounds like a better thing than that. But I do question. It's like, I think that her downfall, Zulika's downfall, was going to happen one way or the other. And I, yeah, yeah. So she dies. She is fed poison, possibly by one of the other slaves, and that's it. Yeah, yeah. We have a beautiful thing at the end where death comes to wear her. Vive it, Zulika. Vive, long live Zulika. Which, yes, she is transmogrified into the corpse. She gives instructions for how she wants to be buried, that she wanted to be great, and that didn't happen. Yeah. So it's definitely a book of a character study of this particular character, and also just the sort of the thing of like existence, because this is someone whose existence, you get the sense from Evaristo. Actually, she credits a book about Black Britons in America, not in America, in Britain, under the Romans, and how there's been Black people here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's very much a London girl, Zulika, but was quite erased from history, and indeed was sort of the secret wife of Felix, and secret mistress, not secret mistress, but just kind of a side thing for both of these men. However much Severus was actually maybe a bit more of a actual genuine lover, though he was also still he was looking for the Sudan. He was looking for the desert in Britain and found it in Zuleika, who is, that's just sort of the nature of her skin color in a way. I mean, she also was raised by Sudanese parents, so there's maybe a little bit there. So it's kind of sad. It's sad. It's a bit of a anticlimax, but perhaps maybe also just a true thing to what happened to, black people in Britain. It's like, oh, there were black people in Britain. Surprise. Which obviously is how history wanted to be written. So that was, and this is Evaristo kind of unearthing this, and this kind of fierce, wondrous figure of Zuleika. All right, I will leave it there, and we'll think about maybe how to review it later, or as it kind of percolates around in me and I look back at things. Look at that ending again of how Zuleika's final transformation of death wearing her is. Yeah, yeah, I will leave it there. I mean, it's one of these books where very much the beginning is the beginning the beginning contains the end. You weren't, I wasn't expecting a happy ending for Zuleika. Yeah, if I'm saying her name correctly, I should make sure I do that. Start off with that, and make sure I'm doing justice that way. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.